The Stars come out tonight in the Arena Football League Championship. A guy named Cedric Bonner burst onto the Arizona scene this year to throw for 51 touchdowns. And when Bonner gets in trouble, he can look to the heavens and find a star like Hunky Cooper, who can beat you catching the football and returning kickoffs for scores. The Rattlers have defensive stars as well in Calvin Schexnayder. He set the tone in last week's semifinal upset of Albany with this interception return for a touchdown. But you talk stars, there are none that shine brighter than Bennett of the Predators. Give him time and he'll cut up any defense. 8 touchdown passes in 2 playoff games. His star target, Barry Wagner, the league's Iron Man of the Year, leading receiver, leading rusher, leading tackler. The Stars all come together in Orlando, Florida tonight for ArenaBowl VIII on ESPN. Welcome now to Orlando Arena in Central Florida for the Arena Football League Championship game with the Arizona Rattlers and the Orlando Predators. They call this place the jungle, and you can see why. This place is packed with the wildest and craziest football fans in the Arena Football League. The jungle is known as the most difficult place to go on the road and try and steal some kind of victory. In this game, but Billy Owens, a defensive back wide receiver, still will not play because of that suspension.
He won't play, in Todd Shell, the Rattlers coordinator, is pretty happy. This guy is an exceptional player. 46 receptions, 633 yards, 16 touchdowns. He's on suspension, will not play. It could hurt him, but then again, they've still got Bennett and Barry Wagner.
But can Bennett and Wagner do it by themselves? That's the big question, because they were the Stars, and they came out and they were shining in last week's semifinal win against Massachusetts.
You can't win it all, in my opinion, without a great quarterback, and Ben Bennett is definitely one. Look at the time. That offensive line is number one, the reason he's so successful. And then 82, Barry Wagner. Look at the numbers. 259 yards, 5 touchdowns last week. Barry Wagner, 12 receptions, 147 yards. If they're victorious, it'll be because these two guys play big-time football.
That old Dallas Cowboy quarterback Danny White says they will show Bennett and Wagner plenty of different looks defensively tonight. White is in his 3rd year with Arizona. He's gone from 3 to 7 to now 10 wins in that time. And the boss of Orlando is 68 years young, Perry Moss. His 57 wins, the most in Arena Football League history. Well, Arizona has won the toss. They have elected to defer to the second half. So Arizona, with one of the very best defenses in the game, will be kicking off. That is Luis Zendejas kicking off the nets, taken by Herky Walls, and Walls is up past the 5-yard line to the 7, and then shot down there. Now coming out at quarterback for the Orlando Predators is Ben Bennett. He's now 32 years old. He played his college football at Duke University. He has set all kinds of records in Arena Football League history, 11,889 yards. The offensive specialist will be Herky Walls with him, the speedster from the Texas Longhorns. And now up to the line of scrimmage, which is the 7. That is Barry Wagner in motion, going left-right. And Bennett with a quick pass to Walls, a very short gain up near the 10-yard line. Let's check out the Ironmen, the guys who go both ways. First of all, for the Orlando Predators, Webby Burnett, Rusty Russell, Jackie Walker. This is the best offensive and defensive linemen in the game. Odom and Shell are very good, and Wagner is the Ironman of the year. For Arizona, Ash, Thomas, and Wise, with Barr and Rogers, the linebackers, and Cedric Tillman will be a cornerback and a wide receiver. Now on second down. Bennett with all kinds of time, but it is tipped away by Schexnayder at the last moment. So it'll be third down and 7 yards to go for Orlando. Calvin Schexnayder, he has played a marvelous second half this year as a defensive player, but Richard Holt will be a defensive specialist. So too will Carlos Brooks. They will lose, though, Larry Jones, who hurt his leg and his back last week in their semifinal upset win over Albany, and what a game it was. Now 3rd and 7. Barr is in the middle. He is now a down lineman, and they will rush 4. And this time Bennett does get a little pressure. He throws it downfield to Wagner, or rather Alex Shell, for a first down at the 10-yard line. This is the guy who had to take over for Billy Owens.
Well, don't be surprised once again. What this guy's able to do for him, I talked to Ben Bennett before the game. I said, tell me some pluses. He said he's a big target and he can run. One of the reasons he got in the middle is because Barry Wagner. He demands double coverage. So you can see this. See, once again, that offensive line doing a pretty good job. And Bennett kind of sidearms that bad boy right across the middle. There he is, presents the numbers, makes the grab.
So Alex Shell, who only played 1 year of college football, he was a track star at Arkansas State. So he is young to the game, but he has brilliant speed, the fastest player on this team. Bennett looking to Wagner, flips it instead to Shell, who has room, and he muscles his way to the 5. Well, the old cliche goes, take what the defense gives you. Right now, they're giving him the short. Terry Moss says, we'll take it.
Kind of a fielding out period once again, Steve, because you know Todd Shell runs a number of different adjustments defensively. That's the one thing about the Rattlers. They do more so than anyone else, and that is make side adjustments on motion.
Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Bennett 3 of 4 on this opening drive. And there is time down on the field. And as a beach ball came flying.
Hey, it's the jungle, man. It's just the jungle.
Let's go on the ball.
You know, this was the same situation that Albany was in last week, and then they threw a pass, and Calvin Schexnayder tipped it, came up with it, and raced 44 yards for a touchdown. Let's see how Bennett wheels it. He does not turn it over very often. In the end zone. Touchdown, Alex Shell! He had no touchdowns in the regular season. He now has 4 in postseason.
And the reason why it works, too, watch the middle. As you can see Owens in there coming with a nice block in the offensive line. Shell, what he does on a crossing route, gets to the end line, presents those numbers to the quarterback real nice, and he beats Holt, one of the better cornerbacks in arena football.
And the Predators strike quickly with a 6-0 lead, and now George Cimadevilla comes on for the extra point. He was the Arena Football League's kicker of the year. He has a booming leg, not as accurate as Zendejas, but he hammers this one through. And it is 7-0 Orlando to start this game. 10:51 remaining first quarter. The Predators are in front in ArenaBowl VIII. Steve Physiak, Doc Walker back at the jungle in Orlando, Florida. You can see that kind of mist, the smoke in the air. They put on a light show and a pyrotechnic exhibition before the ball game that I thought we were back in. Remember that old movie Rollerball?
Exactly.
It was unbelievable here.
Or Disney World. They had more fireworks in this building than I saw last night at Disney World.
Well, they had to add 1,500 more seats because this game has been sold out all week long, and quite a few fans in Orlando wanted to come. Here comes Hunky Cooper on the bringback. He has a 53-yard touchdown to his credit this year, but he'll be out of bounds near the 10-yard line on this return. Cedric Bonner, such a huge story this year. Regular season, 46 touchdowns. In the postseason, he has thrown for 5, and he is talking right now with his head coach, Danny White. His job, he says, don't force it. And he's got a capable Player of the Year in 1993 to go to in Hunky Cooper, who is his other offensive specialist. Bonner out of Cal State Northridge, a super talent. He was a high jumper, volleyball star, basketball star at Cal State Northridge. This is the first time in his life he's had to concentrate on one sport. And Craig Barr is down at the 7-yard line. Durwood Rockmore. He is the defensive specialist for the Orlando Predators. More career interceptions than anyone in league history with 51. On the other side is Bernard Clark, who plays a defensive lineman at sometimes, a stand-up linebacker at others.
And Rock's the leader. It means so much for that defense for him to come out and deliver the first blow.
And now it's 2nd down and 12 yards to go. Schexnayder will go in motion. And they get it to Calvin, and he is cut down immediately. That is Alex Shell, who scored the touchdown, and he's got to be tonight's Billy Owens. Owens was the guy we told you about, 16 receiving touchdowns, 18 for the year. Now on a 3rd down and 7. It's time for Cedric Bonner to sharpen his up skills.
Let's go. Left flip, next loop, raise a 10 on 2, 1, 2, ready. How you feeling tonight?
Rattlers need 7 on 3rd down. Almost intercepted. There is a flag down in the field at the 15-yard line, but it was batted in the air by big Rusty Russell.
Offsides on the center.
Offsides, number 77, Orlando.
Buddy Ward, our official tonight. But they do have a huge defensive lineman. We're talking 6'4", 6'5" guys.
Yeah, you see 77 right in your swing, and you would think that the nose tackle would have the best view of the football. Anybody on the field, but sometimes when you're excited and Rusty says he wants this, he told me, hey, we're going to win this one. We got to get it done. And I said, big fella, if you want it bad enough, I'm sure you'll make it happen.
Hey,
I got out of his way.
He's now 30 years old. And he says, I can't be playing this game much longer. He was a huge star at South Carolina. This is his 4th year in the Arena Football League. Now 3rd down and 3. Bonner. He's going to go deep. Wide open is Cedric Tillman. And he will score. All of a sudden, a quiet jungle.
Shouldn't be quiet because Cedric Pitbull Tillman, as we talked about, one of the best Ironmen in the game. See, the pump makes this happen. That little motion by Cedric Bonner, that freezes Barry Wagner. Then he throws a perfect pass for a receiver wide open. You don't want to get things complicated. The rock comes over, he can't stop it, and the Rattlers are on the board.
And you said something to me early this morning, Doc. You said, if Arizona can play well in the 1st quarter, I think they'll be in it in the 4th quarter.
It is the key to victory. They must not fall into the trap that most do against the Predators, fall behind by 20 points.
Zendejas with a point after touchdown. Someone threw some ice towards Zendejas, but he is not. Now he will argue with Buddy Ward. It's a 7-7 ball game here in the 1st. 7-7 ball game. Rattlers and Predators. 7:54 remaining in the 1st quarter. Here's that touchdown by Bonner again.
Well, here's a couple of things to make it happen. First of all, a receiver with a nice little move there that allows it to happen. Second is the quarterback comes by and gives you a nice little pump. That makes it happen. As you see, back, the pump, the move. You catch Wagner in the cookie jar. And there's Pitbull, makes the catch, eludes the defender, and scores. It's a basic play in football, but with excitement in the 1st quarter, I think it's a great call on a 3rd and short by Danny White, because you know these guys are pumped up. You're playing in the jungle. The pressure's on the Predators.
Well, Luis Zendejas, who just had a discussion with Buddy Ward, the official, about ice being thrown at him on his extra point try. He pushed it through to tie the game at 7, and now pushes it underneath the crossbar to force the Predators to start from their own 5-yard line. Tillman on the 33-yard touchdown on a big 3rd down conversion. And remember last week, Massachusetts got down 27-7 never really recovered.
And played well. They feel like they outplayed the Predators for 3 quarters, but they're at home watching. And see, that's the fallacy in it. You've got to come out and at least play even early.
This time Alex Shell comes to the bottom of your screen. He had 3 catches on their last drive, the last for a touchdown. Bennett goes to Wagner, and Wagner has got an 8-yard gain. Let's take a look at how these teams got here. Orlando had to fight past Fort Worth after going 11-1 in the regular season. They beat the Cavalry 34-13, and then last week beat Massachusetts 51-42 after going up 27-7 after the first quarter. Arizona 8-4 regular season. Then they beat Charlotte, upsetting Albany last week 40-33. They were 8-point underdogs in that game. On 2nd and 2. A wide open Jerry Odom, the fullback, and Odom is up past the 20-yard line.
Very important that Odom comes out and plays real good football for him. His sidekick will not play tonight, the old Butkus Award winner, Gowan, who is out with the bad knee, actually had surgery.
Gun, twins left. Avoid the grab. Gun, twins left. High zoom. 370 read. Wing stack and go. Hunter ready? Kick and go.
Ben Bennett in his 7th year in the Arena Football League. He played for the old Chicago Bruisers and with the Predators the last 3. Going deep. Wagner's open. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
We got a flag on this one, Steve. Boy, the lob pass. They make it happen so well.
And we'll probably see a lot of that because of the size of the receivers, Shell and Wagner.
Illegal defense. Number 25, Arizona, out of the box. He's flying. 1st down.
And that illegal defense, as we take a look at Wagner.
So you go a little out and up. See, Zeph Lee falls. He falls out of bounds. They run a little stop and go. And you see Rogers coming in. That linebacker cannot exceed a 5-yard area, an imaginary square box. He cannot exceed that. You do, you get a flag.
They'll run it to Wagner, and he is cut down at the line of scrimmage. Boy, throwing himself in there was Richard Holt.
Oh, and Tom Gibson. Gibson made that play.
Remember that penalty he had where it said the linebacker was out of the box?
Oh, we talk about an imaginary area which really goes 5 yards on each side, and you cannot exceed that by any stretch of the imagination. 25 there goes out. Here we see the run play. Gibson comes up and makes a real nice play on that. And sometimes those perimeter guys on the edge, those ends, if they can bottle that deal up, you can be successful.
He can follow a run, but he cannot lead when you're throwing the football. Bennett on 2nd down throws it to Wagner. He is down at the 5 and drops the football.
He dropped it.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line, but my goodness, they're giving Bennett a lot of time to find a target.
Well, the best way Shell feels like they can rush is through the middle. So you're going to see a lot of the linebackers getting inside. Here you get back Barry Wagner again. Kind of just lazying out. You got to get over it. Holt comes up and does the proper deal because you can't afford to let him get in the end zone with the fade route.
We are tied at 7. Inside 5 minutes to play first period. On 3rd down. Bennett trying to shuffle the pass to Wagner as he was stripped by Matt Eller, cutting through the middle.
Don't forget your ISO pass. Okay.
Perry Moss didn't like the play call. Ben Bennett is one of those rare quarterbacks in this league who calls his own plays.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, they go with a theme, but he has to.
Well, he has command of the offense. He really does. And that's just a little unfortunate. They tried the delay pattern to Barry Wagner underneath with the shovel pass. And you got to give Ellers and Tom Gibson. Gibson now 3 big defensive plays in that series for the Rattlers.
You see how narrow those crossbars are, just 9 feet across for Cimadevilla. 24-yard field goal attempt. He puts it right through, and Orlando has a 10-7 lead with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the first quarter. We come to you from Orlando, Florida, the site of ArenaBowl VIII. Orlando has a 10-7 lead on Arizona, and tomorrow We've got a great college football afternoon for you. 11:30 in the morning, Chris Fowler, Lee Corso, and Craig James will huddle up for our college football game day. And that'll be followed by Indiana and Cincinnati. The Bearcats enjoyed an excellent 1993 season, going 8-3. That was their best record in 17 years. And Indiana is a fine football team as well, led by their quarterback John Pacey, who threw for 1,796 yards last year. Oklahoma and Syracuse will follow at 7:30 Eastern. Hunky Cooper with 15 touchdowns this year. He'll have to play this one off the nets, and he plays it perfectly. And Orlando plays him perfectly. Well, Cedric Bonner last week made no mistakes. Did not have any interceptions. He threw for 2 touchdowns. But there's a guy on the other side named Durwood Rockmore who could really cause him problems. He's a veteran defensive back, 33 years of age. And he is a fella who you feel could maybe get into the head of Cedric Bonner tonight.
Oh, I think that's his job. He's probably the best defensive specialist in arena football. He's a crafty veteran, as you mentioned. He will try to read Cedric because Cedric has a tendency not to look his defenders off.
He's number 29, the back left of your screen. And he'll be picking up Hunky Cooper. And Hunky makes the catch, and Rockmore and Bernard Clark are there for the stop, but not till Hunky gets an 8-yard gain. Durwood Rockmore, 34 years of age, all-time Arena Football League leader in interceptions. He picked off his 51st last week. He's out of Texas A&I.
There's no retirement in sight, but if I get a ring, maybe I'd like to move into the front office of arena football. I'm sure Gene Noodle might share a seat with him. Here we go.
Gene's the director of operations here in the Arena Football League, based out of Chicago. Tracy Mao in the game now, and he has the first down up past the 15-yard line. There is Todd Shell, the defensive coordinator for the Rattlers. An emotional leader. He with the white shirt on, and he's doing the pacing already.
Oh, he is. He is. You know, it may not look like a lot for the Rattlers, but they have got to establish a ground attack. The Predators are the best in football versus the run, especially inside their own red area. But what you're going to see is that Danny White will continue to gnaw it out. And Todd likes that because he keeps his defense on the sideline, allows him to get a break.
And Danny praising his defensive coordinator. He feels he'd be great at any level. Arena Football League, college football, NFL. Here's Bonner scrambling, in trouble. Down he goes. A loss of 2 on the play. Isaac Williams, a big star at Florida State, on the sack.
And see, they just collapse the pocket. What you're going to see is this tired defensive line start to get pressure, and they collapse it. You try to allow him to get a cushion in there, as we'll see on the replay. And as you watch, you see they just collapse it. That's too tight a cushion. The quarterback tries to step up, but there's nowhere to go.
Here we go. Let's go. Right, X back, block it, 53 on one-on-one. Ready? Hurry up, hurry up. Hurry up.
2nd and 12. And they'll blow the play dead right here. Now, Orlando put a lot of pressure on Mike Hagel in their football game, but they never did sack him. Tonight, they have sacked Bonner once, and they were able to catch Craig Barr behind the line of scrimmage another time.
Game, Arizona, still 2nd down.
I will say this in Cedric's defense. As an inexperienced quarterback in a big game, I'm sure Danny White would rather him eat the ball than throw it away. One of the better quarterbacks in the league, and Perez got caught last week throwing the ball away, 2 interceptions off the nets. So if you watch those films, I say you hold it.
They lose 3. It is 2nd down and 16. Milton Vaughn with the catch. Where will they mark him? It is near a first down at midfield. And they will mark it in a first down territory. I believe he's got it.
Talk about unsung heroes. Milton Vaughn has really come on the past
hero last week.
Oh, man.
They were down 32-33 at Albany.
Pac-12 screen up.
And Bonner hits Milton Vaughn, and he streaks 36, and they never look back.
Screen left to the tight end on one-on-one. Ready?
One thing we talked about was how they spread the ball around. This is a perfect example.
Predators leading 10-7. Cooper looping around. They dump it off to their big tight end. And Corey Brannon is down the sidelines, and he gets a first down on the final play of the first half.
Great call, baby. Great call.
After 1 quarter of play, it's your
At the end of the first quarter, Orlando has the lead. But unlike last week when they're up on Massachusetts 27-7, it's only 10-7 Predators. And life in the jungle. We're in Orlando, Florida for ArenaBowl VIII, and it's the Predators 10, the Rattlers 7. But the enemy, Arizona, has the football at the 13 of Orlando. First down. Schexnayder will go to the right. Cooper and Vaughn are to the left, and Craig Barr is the fullback. Bonner had a tip, but Schexnayder still made the catch, and he is near a first down.
Kind of get the feeling that things are going well for Danny White's club. I mean, how many tip passes do you see that end up in the receiver's hands? Once again, I got to give the offensive line a lot of credit. Odom with a real nice rush. There, Bennett with the hands up. Schexnayder continues to concentrate, sucks it in, takes it for a pretty good game.
And one of the keys, as you see this full house crowd, they put in 1,500 more seats. You said one of the keys was Cedric Bonner must play well early to gain confidence. First year, he replaced Paul Justin, who was a real stud in this league last year.
Who's with Indianapolis right now. He also showed a lot of poise because he took a bad play, took a sack, didn't choke, stayed in, within the framework. So things are good.
Well, he'll go over and visit with his head coach, Danny White, as the Predators lead the Rattlers 10-7 with 14-16 left in the half. Steve Physiak and Doc Walker here at the Jungle. Exciting, spectacular Predators night on ESPN. And Cedric Bonner, well, he has had one special evening.
Can't do any better than 6 for 6, 83 yards in the score. Key note to it, he has thrown to 5 different receivers so far. That's what makes this offense so well under Danny White.
Look at this. Hunky Cooper's the running back, and he's sweeping left, and Hunky will get to the one for the first down. The old quarterback from UNLV is now running out of the I formation.
No sense of holding anything back. You got a player like Hunky, you get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, let's go.
Boy, but Bernard, what a real shot in this. Now we're watching this. Here you see Cooper, who is at the tailback spot. And what he's going to do is accelerate right, takes the toss, watch the big guys up front. Real nice surge. That is what a back likes. You'd like to see a real nice surge up front, and he took advantage of it.
Now do you go to Craig Barr? Fullback number 35, yes. And he is hit at the 3, lunges forward, but will still lose a yard. Alex Shell, the guy who Coach Terry Moss said he's the best athlete we have in the football team, but no football sense.
Well,
he was a track star.
Yeah, well, we knew he'd be good offensively. We didn't know he'd make plays like this. See, Rockmore makes the play. He penetrates, forces it, ties things up. The mighty Thor cannot get there. Look at the pursuit. Look at all those black shirts at the point of attack. That's why they're #1 in defense.
Sherwood Rockmore played a little with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now on 2nd and goal, they'll run it back to the right side, and Schexnayder is dropped. Doc, in their last meeting 1 month ago, Orlando made 2 critical goal line stands to bust open that game.
Tough to get real cute down here at goal line. Jackie Walker stays at home as a defensive end. Manhandles Calvin. I mean, that's a physical mismatch.
So now it's 3rd and goal at the 6.5.
Jackie Walker a year ago was with Miami.
Calvin, left, wide, 12, right? On one-on-one, ready?
Better get this thing off.
They just did. Oh, Schexnayder, what a catch and what a throw!
We talk about Cedric being young and inexperienced, but boy, does he have a rifle. See, that's a big-time throw. Championship competition with everything on the line. You got to have a quarterback step it up. This is exactly what happened. I mean, he throws a rifle. Shanks goes in, puts the paws on it, sucks that ball in for a score. You won't find a better play under pressure than what we just witnessed.
3rd and goal at the 6, and it was a BB right to the numbers. Zendejas. And Arizona is in front for the first time in this game. 14-10 with 11:25 to go. First half. That Predator is mighty quiet right now as the Rattlers lead 14-10. Danny White, head coach of Arizona, said this is the most important game for him personally.
And I've said it in the past, I don't know that I've ever been in a game that was as important to me personally as a player or a coach as this one, because as a player I was one small piece of a giant puzzle. As a head coach and a general manager, you feel a lot more responsibility for the results, win or lose, of a game. And last week's game was sweet, going back up and beating Albany in their place as underdogs, but it will pale in comparison to how sweet this will feel when we win this one.
And that's a man who took the Dallas Cowboys to the playoffs 5 times. He set all kinds of records at Arizona State, went to Mesa Westwood High School. I mean, he has grown up in that area, and he absolutely loves it. Now Schexnayder has given his team the lead for the first time in this game. Herky Walls, oh man, he just kind of put it in reverse and sat down.
That won't work against these two clubs. They play special teams too well. They get down, and everybody understands the importance of this game. You cannot let up, especially on special teams.
Bennett back at a quarterback.
Gun right, high rip, 500 stack, Z post, on to ready.
Terry Moss saying this has been his most consistent season. He usually has one bad ball game a year, and he said, not this season.
Go!
The only loss they have suffered, he did not play because of the knee injury suffered to his right knee. Bennett, deep, Wagner. Oh, man, it's Alex Shell again.
You talk about makeup speed.
We had heard he was a track star at Arkansas State, a 24-foot long jumper, and a guy who ran the 110-meter high hurdles in 13.4, but he's separated from that defensive back like right now.
Yeah, it is no way to say this better. Ben here is going to drop back. You see the post route, and this guy just flat accelerates on it. I mean, you watch it, you know that he can run. You know Zeph knows he can run. Ben Bennett lays it out, and at that point there, you didn't think he'd get it. He stretched those arms out, and as you've watched Jerry Rice, you've done a lot of games with the Niners, you know that's that makeup speed.
Hey, who's Billy Owens? Billy
Owens was one of the better players in this league. He's suspended. Now we see why they didn't rush him back.
Alex Shell has caught 9 passes in the regular season, no touchdowns. In postseason 3 games, he has scored now 5 touchdowns. And that ties an ArenaBowl record for the longest touchdown. The Orlando Predators are back in front, 17-14 leaders over the Arizona Rattlers. 9:53 to play here in the first half. Let's take a look at the Arena Football League's history. I mean, it has really been special as Denver Dynamite took the Gladiators of Pittsburgh 45-16 in the initial game in '87. Then the Drive won in '88, '89, and '90. And in 1991, Tampa Bay Storm, led by their quarterback Jay Gruden, beat the Drive. In '92, it was the Drive over these Orlando Predators. And last year, when Orlando was expected to get in, they were beaten by Tampa Bay and upset in the semifinals. And then they beat Detroit for the championship. So the Predators going for their first Arena Football League title. And Cimadevilla will kick off to Hunky Cooper, who stands alone. Back 7 yards deep in the end zone. It goes into the nets and through, and it will be Arizona's football at their own 5-yard line. Alex Shell, longest touchdown in Arena Football League bowl history, 42 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask you what you
He looks awful comfortable in this role, and that's important for a young man that steps in and plays behind a great player in his absence, and Billy Owens, and has that dual responsibility. That's what makes arena football so unique, that your better players play both ways.
Now it's 17-14. 9:40 and counting, first half. Bonner throws it over the head of Darryl Rogers. That's his first incompletion of the game.
They just set off.
And Danny White, you remember after the Albany game when they lost 39-33, and Danny White came back and he said, we're going to simplify. 4 running plays. We're going to run the draw, the pitch, the counter, the dive, and we're going to cut our passing game in half.
I thought it was important that he did that for Cedric Bonner. He's a great athlete. You want to reduce it so he can use his athleticism.
We saw it on that touchdown throw to Calvin Schexnayder. Now 8 of 9 through the air. 2nd and 10. Good rush. They underneath it to Barr, and Barr spinning to the 10.
Boy, Durwood Rockmore, so far, has just had a near-perfect performance. He has forced plays on the goal line. He started the game off, forcing the run, and it's like he's just zeroing in right now on the mighty Thor, Craig Barr, and he's going to take this on as a personal assignment. Defensive specialist, number 29, Durwood Rockmore, was really playing outstanding football so far.
Let's go.
Ben Bennett, he's had a solid night. A couple of touchdown passes, both to Alex Shell.
Not bad for a guy coming off surgery a few weeks ago.
He played 17 days after having arthroscopic surgery on that right knee. Tillman with the catch and the first down.
Well, Cedric was banged up a little bit after last week's game. He had a splendid performance, goes both ways, and we call him the pit bull because this guy has 2 pit bulls that actually eat at home with his mom at the dinner table. They've got a setting for these 2 animals. He loves them to death.
I think that's sick.
Well, I mean, you know.
Now,
some guys do worse. They get a napkin and whole bit. He says they're rather polite, too. I'll never go over to his house for dinner. You can believe that.
Cedric Tillman out of Northern Colorado, played a little bit with the Denver Broncos. And now a real star in this league. From the 21-yard line, first down. Bonner flipping it to Rogers. Danny White says he has the best hands on the team. When you throw him the ball, he will catch it. He doesn't have the speed of a Hunky Cooper or Cedric Tillman, but he can catch the ball.
You know, we talked about choking the offense down, and Cedric has the ability to handle the entire package. But what happens is that Danny White does a lot of things, just like Todd, off motion, off sight adjustment, option routes. And this just settles it down so the receiver and quarterback are on the same page, and you can implement that short passing game and be very effective.
Well, the gain 6. And there was a poor read that time. I'm not sure if Tillman was supposed to cut out. Instead, he cut in, and Wagner was the closest man to it. If Barry breaks closer to the ball, he's gone.
Well, again, what we're trying to get accomplished, you know, on the outside is something we would like to think of a slant route. It does not work out that way, and you have to think that here on the second receiver on the delay, who's not even looking for the football. Now, that is strange.
Well, this is a perfect situation for Cedric Bonner. Third down, and he is a perfect 4 for 4 tonight on converting third downs. He's going for the home run. Incomplete, and Hunky Cooper was wide open. I mean, he had separation by 6-7 yards.
Well, Barry Wagner was playing a deep zone. And what Cedric had to do, he had to throw it right on the line. I don't think he felt as confident about it. And we watch Cooper. Kind of comes down, gives you that little phony acceleration, then he takes off. He's on the crossing route. What you don't see is Barry Wagner down at the bottom of the screen and kind of took away a throwing lane so Cedric couldn't put the ball in a lower arc.
But now from 39 yards out, the league's most accurate kicker. 11 of 16 is amazing in this league. It is blocked. There is a flag down. There may have been an outside rush, which is illegal in this game.
You have to believe that. I mean, Victor Hall is good, but I don't know if anybody's that good.
Yes, indeed. Outside rush. In arena football, you cannot rush from the outside. We already talked about the linebacker situation.
Yeah, I got knee in the back of the head.
Hey, you know what? Here we go. 4th down and 3. Danny White, the Riverboat Gambler, how many times last week against Albany did he cross you up? Now, he may go for it now on 4th down.
Oh, he had an onside kick.
He had a fake field goal, remember, on 4th and 5?
Outside rush, number 87, Orlando. 5
time of the outside rush, Victor Hall was also the man who blocked it.
And now we know why. See, mistakes again. We'll keep our little mistake sheet. And you cannot afford to have over 5 in championship performers and expect to win. You know, Perry's smoking right now. Your defense goes out and plays well. It's best series of the game, and it's negated.
Oh, that gives him a first down.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. And somebody was in the neutral zone again, and I think it was a defensive player. I thought it was going to give him a 4th down in about a foot. Instead, it gave him just enough for the first down and continues his drive. It was against the defense.
Henry Brown.
Encroachment, number 98, Orlando, 3 yards, first down.
Henry Brown played a little bit with the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams. This is his 3rd year with Orlando.
You credit this series, I guarantee you. If the Rattlers score, this is one that just breaks your back, the Predators, because you should have your offense on the field.
Yeah, the time of possession has been dominated by Arizona in this game. 4:34 remaining first half. Bonner in trouble, throwing it away. Flag is down.
Clark on a clean run.
That's right.
He's got to be a linebacker in the second neutral zone on this one.
Hey, they're shooting themselves in the foot this entire drive.
Well, that's 3 in a row.
Encroachment, the second neutral zone, number 33, Orlando, 3 yards, still first down.
And all
We talk about the
Bennett
box.
can do is watch.
Well, he should be on the field. Hey, you watch it, 32. Here, Clark, there's that imaginary box that we created for you once again. He cannot exceed that. And see, the second backer goes in, and they pull it.
You watch the 3 offensive linemen come up. One will raise his hand. In this case, it was on the right side. Bonner. Catch made by Cooper in traffic to the 4-yard line. First and goal. Tell you what, he hung in the pocket a long time. He had Predators all around him.
Does this look like his first real big football game of his career as a pro? No.
Pitch 38 man, T corner. On one, ready?
This will be interesting. We're going to draw that defense and hold into the line with that fake pitch, and now a timeout will be called as the clock went down to 1 second. So Danny White,
Ask Corey what I called. Listen.
and he was saying, "Go tell Corey what I told him," because he was lined up on the wrong side. 3:11 to go in the first half. Predators by 3. If you are afraid of heights, don't look at your television right now. We are coming at you from high atop Orlando Arena in Central Florida. And we've got roller hockey, the championship game, coming your way on ESPN at 12:30 in the morning tonight. Buffalo Stampeders will compete in the championship game against the Portland Rage, 12:30 a.m. Rattlers have used 2 timeouts already this half. They've got a first and goal from the 4. There's the fake pitch. Bonner time. Now a flag down. Well, he had his big tight end wide open, Doc Wise, in the end zone, but couldn't loop it to him. I'm not sure if there was an illegality on the offense.
Well,
It's against the defense.
5th penalty in this
How does
drive.
this happen? I mean,
5th penalty. I
and 3 of them have been offsides.
I think the safety in this case, Rockmore, may have stuck his nose in just a little early.
Offsides, Orlando, 3 yards, still first down.
Yeah, see, I don't care how good you are. If you give an offense a chance to reload, you eventually will get shot.
FNX trade left. Pitch 38 man. On
big play. They're going to try to run the ball in as we watch. Hunky Cooper's in the backfield.
Hunky gets it. Hunky's in trouble. Oh, he's down at the 10-yard line. He was looking to throw.
Would have been the biggest mistake of his life. Take the mistake and reload. How many times do you see a guy in indecision and then he ends up throwing a bad play? See, they just don't get the edge. See, there's Rockmore once again. Every critical play that they've tried to run the football, 29, the Rock has been there. Somebody's going to have to get a helmet on him. So far, no one's been able to block him.
Third straight year he's been all Arena League.
Let's go right, X loose, hot 12, screen right to the tight end on one-on-one. Ready?
Second and goal from the 7. Incomplete. Third and goal.
Great coverage. Jerry Odom on that one.
All he's doing is holding.
Right, 56, Wagner cross.
This is what happens when you can't run the football. See, the
Do a
Predators.
stop motion right here, right? Let's go right, X back, stop. 56, wing and X cross on two, ready?
See, they've just lost the ability to run the football because of Rock and company, and now they're forced to throw it, and the Predators know it.
Bonner throws it away, and the Rattlers will have to settle for 3. 1 minute remaining in the first half. The Predators holding to a 3-point lead at 17-14, and Zendejas has a chance to tie it up.
There's really no reason for Danny White and company to be ashamed. They are going against the very best defense in arena football, and especially when you get in the red area. So if they come out and get 3 out of it, it just increases their chances of going into halftime. Feeling pretty good about what they've done so far.
After completing his first 8 passes, he's 3 of 8 since. This from 23 yards out is good, and we are tied at 17. With 56 seconds to go, they're rocking at the Jungle in Orlando. That's just in case any B-52s come flying over bombing us. They call this place the Jungle, and it is amazing. They had guys coming out of the ceilings on ropes.
Oh, I know it. Bungee jumpers. We've been in some pretty nice arenas. You think of Albany last week, the place was packed. America West has been packed. Down at the Thunderdome with Tampa Bay, been packed. I think we've really seen some outstanding fan participation. But when they make this thing here with the Jungle and everybody wears the caps and the outfits on it, it really makes it special.
I was talking to you when they had that amazing show before the game, and I said, if I'm a player in this game, I am so fired up. And they came roaring out when their Predators came racing out of the field.
I think it's one of the reasons that Orlando jumps out on people with such a great start at home. You're overwhelmed. You are somewhat intimidated. And before you know it, it's 20-7. Not the case today.
Zendejas from the great Zendejas kicking family. Brothers Alan, Joaquin, and Max, all kickers, and Tony Zendejas is with the Los Angeles Rams. And Luis handles this one well, and Herky Walls will have to settle for the 5-yard line. We have 56 seconds remaining. Ben Bennett has done more in less time throughout his career.
Left hand.
I mean, 8 times he has had amazing comebacks in final moments of game.
1, 2, 2.
Here we go, fellas, like we worked on practice all time. Let's go, gun, right, zoom, inside, 500 read. All 2 ready? Come on.
Good 3-step drop for Bennett. They want to do 9. Get rhythm reestablished in the passing game.
High snap. Bennett looking long and having to throw to Herky Walls, and he is cut down about the 12-13-yard line.
With a name like Hercules, you know this guy can catch in traffic. What I like about Bennett on that play was he actually looked the receiver off, and just followed, went right down the ladder to the 3rd receiver.
Let's go, gun, right, high load, 500 sting, change routes, X stop. On to ready.
49.8 seconds remaining.
Well, you hear the motion to zoom and to stop the inside receiver. They got about 6 different options on this play. Barry Wagner with the yo-yo.
Dell cutting underneath. They're going deep. Barry Wagner. He's got it at the 4-yard line. And Bennett threw it so high, I'm not sure Milton Vaughn could find the ball.
Well, you see, that play, it's just not supposed to be completed. We talked about the yo-yo. There, Barry Wagner in motion. And then you see a crossing route. What he does is establish the outside shoulder. Now, this is a basketball play. Now, 34-yard reception because he can get up and leap. And see, Brooks cannot allow him to get that position. He's got to play him like basketball and try to front him.
43, ISO pass, wide slow, on to ready.
41.9 seconds left. Again, the Predators have all 3 timeouts remaining.
It's amazing how he can make those acrobatic catches, always keep 1 foot in and make them alive. He does it better than anybody in this game.
Play action, and their struggle on this play. It's broken up by Milton Vaughn, and he almost had an interception.
That was ugly. Yeah, Bennett talked about how we practice. Look at Perry. Perry's ripped. This is not the way you design it. Here the league's Iron Man. See, he's going. That's one of those oops. But at least he comes in and tries to get a block.
Coming up at halftime, of course,
360.
we'll be going inside both teams' locker rooms. Have the gridiron groove and look at the first half stats. And Bennett right now 10 of 14, 163 yards and 2 touchdowns. So on 2nd and goal from the 4. Bennett having to loop it. It is almost intercepted and should have been by Carlos Brooks.
Boy, Brooks makes up for a bad play. Here we got a little wrangling going on.
God damn it! All right, now let's get into
Here we watch. You see, they had a pump play. Defense got in, played it pretty well, and now this is un-Ben-like. You never see Bennett just throw it up unless he knows Wagner is somewhere in the area. Not Herky. Herky's not a guy with that 6'4 frame.
Sweep right, on to ready.
Sweep right.
Right, short right zone.
Notice how we had a lot of mix-ups today on both sides offensively. This is big game pressure.
It's going to be Alex Shell. And Alex Shell muscling it to the goal line. Is he in? No. Down at the 1.5-yard line. 26.1 seconds remaining. Apparently, Shell stepped out. And there was a legal... What was the call? Did he step out at the 5-yard line?
Stepped out at the 5. It's a good move. You got a guy.
Yeah, I didn't see the mark by the official until now. And so Cimadevilla comes on to go for the field goal from 24 yards out. 25, I believe, this one. And he misses off right side.
But it's still alive. That's the beauty of this game.
And you see the flags, and that's because the Predators were inside the 5-yard line. You have to wait for the ball to come off the nets and either hit the player or hit the ground before you enter that 5-yard line.
That's called the save your neck rule. Because if not, it would be heads rolling down this field like footballs. That's a victory for Todd Shell's defense.
A huge one. I mean, it was the Orlando Predators goal line stand that won their game against Arizona here 1 month ago.
Interference with the opportunity catch. Violation of the 5-yard line. Number 34, Orlando. 3 yards, first down.
Well, it does a couple things. You see Shell, he still looks like he's unhappy, but deep down inside, you better believe he's glad. Takes the crowd. Look at it. Smile. Hey, a smile. All right, let's see what...
All right,
and we'll see about right in there. Yep. But you got to give him 5 yards.
So now 18.3. Bonner in trouble, rolling left. Throwing it downfield. Schexnayder over his fingertips, out of bounds. 12.2 seconds left. We are tied at 17. Cedric Bonner, after completing 10 of his first 11 passes, is 1 for his last 6 and only 7 yards.
You see, some coaches would set on this. I'd go for it, and I know Danny White will go for it.
Here we go.
See what the call is.
Let's go. Left, X back, 12. On two, ready? Hustle up, hustle up. Go, go.
So much indecision. It's incredible.
Defensive backs playing deep. They get it to Vaughn. He holds on to the ball at midfield. And time is called with 6.5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's it for them. No more TOs. We talk about some coaches that sit on the ball, not Danny White. Cedric rifles it in. Dangerous pass. There Vaughn stays with he stays the concentration, runs right in to his own man. There's Cooper.
You know, he should have had it the first time.
Well, you hate to see 2 receivers in the same area. I guarantee you something was wrong. Someone ran a route a little shy on that one. I mean, Milton just about done everything you could ask of him. And it's players like Milton Vaughn to step up and play big for you. If Zepp Lee is able to come up, Carlos Brooks on the other side, we've seen so much that has happened today in terms of the Predators and Alex Shale.
Doc, 6.5 seconds remaining. Do they have time for one more play?
No more timeouts. So at this point, I still like going in the end zone. I like going in the end zone with this. They don't have that player like Barry Wagner, but Calvin Schexnayder. I think a 3-receiver set, and you run something like a flood.
Why don't you just throw it off the net?
Catch on the field, get out of bounds.
Yeah, throw it off the net.
Drill.
Let's go. Right. X back, 58, X sideline. Go. One-on-one, ready?
You see a corner route, deep out.
Well, they're giving them so much room in the secondary, they can get at least another 10 yards. Bonner going out of bounds with 2.8 seconds left. Now they'll bring on Zendejas and the field goal attempt.
Second down.
Boy, that was a relentless rush. 4 black shirts on Cedric Bonner. It was almost like it was a screen. Now, this is not what you want to have for your quarterback. You're going to see this. You're going to see all these shirts converge right here at the quarterback, and they're all black shirts on Cedric. I mean, he does not have a chance. Look at this. So you got guys in white shirts down on their knees. You got guys in black shirts hitting your quarterback. That won't work.
This will be a 41-yard field goal attempt for Luis Zendejas. He hits it well. It's good! And Arizona will take a 3-point lead into the locker room. The Arizona Rattlers, 13-point underdogs coming into this game against the Orlando Predators, lead 20-17 at the break. ArenaBowl VIII has been all we had hoped for. Arizona and Predator at the half.